So it's time to call shit as it is. Let's do it. So let's start here before we get into all that stuff and look at coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally is, not up, not down. It's literally exactly where it was when I last recorded the video. It stands at $1.68 trillion with Bitcoin at 42,622.53, up 0.81% in the past 24 hours. But let's get straight to it. Let's have a look. We've got Dan from Crypto Capital Ventures. I believe just talking nonsense here, but this is what can cause a massive altcoin season spearheaded by Cardano very soon. And look, what he's suggesting, could lead to this almighty altcoin rally is the outcome of the lawsuit between Coinbase and the SEC. Obviously, we all know that there are several altcoins that are, named in that lawsuit against Coinbase, and it labeled them as securities. And this is, I guess the outcome of that case, Dan's trying to suggest, is what's going to spearhead a new alt season. And I don't think that this is true. I don't think this lawsuit is really having any impact on the crypto market. Really, I really just can't see it. And I'll come on to why in a moment, but I just think this is absolute nonsense. And, I've got no issues with Dan, but I do think that this is just absolute nonsense. So the lawsuit, I believe they're going to talk in federal court over the regulator's crypto authority in the coming days. But look, right, we've got Cardano price forecast. 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 resilient might catalyze a 30% recovery rally. So look, there's Dan saying that it's going to be a an outcome from the Coinbase SEC lawsuit that determines whether we have an altcoin season or not, which to me just seems bonkers. When we've got whales that have recently accumulated $85 million of ADA. That to me doesn't suggest that anybody's worrying about the Coinbase lawsuit in any shape or form. We've seen, total value locked do really, really well. So look, I think it's absolute nonsense. I think, if we want Cardano, as articulated by Dan, to be spearheading the altcoin season, then I think you really need a few other things to enable that to happen. I think the issues around exchanges and listing, projects on the Cardano ecosystem on centralized exchanges, that is a problem that needs to be resolved. Look, I love Cardano. I think it's going to go on to do really well. I think we're going to see new all-time highs in this bull market. I think this bull market is going to be the biggest and the longest that we've ever had in history. And look, I'll call nonsense out when I see it. And I think this is absolute nonsense. And it'd be interesting to see if Dan would fancy coming on the channel and having a bit of a conversation and talk through it. But, for me, you got to get the exchange listings issue sorted. I think that isn't necessarily a technical issue with the exchanges. It takes a little bit longer. It's the same with other altcoins, right? Some other altcoins where they have ecosystems, it takes longer from a technical standpoint to get things listed than it does Cardano. So I don't think that's really the case. I think it's perhaps a little bit around liquidity, the size of the projects on the ecosystem. I am seeing a lot of projects launching and not really doing the adequate marketing in order to really drive volume into their project and the Cardano ecosystem. So I think there's an awful lot to happen there. Look, you've got the governance aspect of things. I think that's going to be really interesting for for Cardano. I think, upgrades, big projects, moving from other ecosystems to the Cardano ecosystem. We've seen Singularity, Singularity Net, and various other Singularity ecosystem projects do this recently. I think this sort of stuff with better marketing from everybody involved in the ecosystem is what's going to actually drive the actual spearheading from Cardano. And I think Cardano can do it. I think that, the PR needs to be better across, all the different projects. And I think, as influencers, we need to be doing better, myself included, right? Like, I'm not outside of that. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments below. But I think there's a lot more that the projects building on the ecosystem need to do in order to be successful. Just my opinion. Really interested to hear yours. So let me know in the comments below. We've got Ripple CEO expects more crypto ETF approvals. This is obviously in Davos 2024. He thinks the SEC will approve further crypto-related exchange-traded funds now that Bitcoin ETFs are a reality. So really interested to see that. Another thing that's really interested me and piqued my interest is that ARK Invest have bought $15.9 million worth of its own Bitcoin ETF. So ARK sold a similar amount, 15.8 million worth of its shares in ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF, BITO, the first ETF linked to Bitcoin futures markets listed in the US. So look, we're starting to see the rationale as to why they actually sold that. Really interesting to see this. And are you surprised? Not really. We've got Bitcoin de-dollarization narrative loses ground as the US tightens its grip on international transactions. Again, something really, really interesting. And stay till the end because I want to talk you through my biggest prediction that I've got that is still open and still yet to happen. And I'm going to talk on how that's actually progressing and that I think that we're bang on with it. So stay till the end for that. That'll be the last thing that I cover off. We got crypto market de-dollarization expectations look premature as the greenback remained the preferred currency in the international transactions in 2023, according to data. Again, really, really interesting to see that all happen. But look, I've come out and I've said this. I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be seen as a currency. It's going to be seen as a store of value. We've got Argentina just signed a contract to rent an apartment using Bitcoin. This is the first smart contract of its kind in Argentina. So really, really promising stuff. And again, one of the big predictions that I've made recently is that layer 2 protocols on Bitcoin are going to do really well. Go research them now. Bitcoin ETF, $10 billion traded in just 3 days. This is the sort of volume of money that is coming into Bitcoin and the crypto space. This is just the start. We are super early, and people are gonna not have much opportunity to keep hold or buy Bitcoin in the future. I think that this is gonna be a monstrous move for the crypto market. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Past halvings show where Bitcoin price is heading next. Bitcoin supply is set to dramatically reduce in April, raising questions about the price impact. So look, we're expecting a pullback and then a move to the upside. We're going to start to see everything look really, really positive for Bitcoin. But yeah, look, they're expecting a 20 times the price for Bitcoin, according to this article. Really interesting. And look, should we be fearful? But BlackRock are on pace to become the largest Bitcoin holder in the world, nearly 11,500 Bitcoin in the Bitcoin focused offering. The world's largest asset manager quickly accumulated $500 million of crypto. And I think that this is something that's just going to, gain momentum, right? The more, we've seen Brad Garlinghouse talk about, more ETF products being launched. We're just going to see that supply start to dry up. So look, get in while you can is kind of my thoughts and opinions. But my big prediction is that we expect the Fed to pivot and we expect a big crash in stocks and crypto. We said this maybe Q2, Q3 2024. Mark Zuckerberg has been selling his stock of Meta, $428 million of Meta stock sold in the last 2 months of 2023. Look, why do I bring this up? Because we are seeing the likes of Mark and various other prominent people selling off stock. It won't be long before we get the the data that we get to see all of the stuff that people are selling. But for me, this is in the lead up of what they know is coming next. This is a rally into a Fed pivot and an almighty crash. That will be the last opportunity, in my opinion, to get into stocks and crypto at really juicy prices. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and check out this video up here. Right. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.